That's Goon Lee, who's going to federal prison. Then he's going to be deported. Arriving, engineer lights upon the side of the car. That's not sunlight. And it's also not going to be sunlight that moves across the apartment building. I want you to look at the light source that you can see through the rear windshield mirror or window of Tina Ree's vehicle and through the rear windshield vehicle of what is Mara Diaga of 1802 number 2, their vehicle. This is crossing a path while that engineer light moves across the apartment building under the fake sun that remained at this location. It was not in any position where it would be over the Arco gasoline while you're looking at it through, as I've already captured beforehand, and the entity maintaining a light source that's also not over my apartment building. While the entity is maintaining a light source in a position that's seen through the rear windshield window of the Mara Diagas of 1802 number 2 and seen through the rear windshield of Tina Ree's vehicle directly over the top of my head, and I'm showing you my shadow that is right here. There's no sun that's going to be over the top of my head while the entity is keeping that fake sun over my head while I'm inside of apartment 1806. As you can see, my back is to the light source as opposed to my being facing outside of my window, and I'm facing this direction, and the fake sun is directly over my head in this position, which is over there. In addition, while I stayed at this property and I am outside of the grounds at 3:37 p.m. capturing video at this time, and then driving onto the grounds of the property where there is no sun that would create engineered light, in other words, moving across the apartment building. Goon Lee is again another third party that does not even speak English, exhibiting and mirroring the same exact demonic activity, while specific knowledge as to who I am and what I'm doing on a communication device. This is the demons that exhibit hostility while you document and expose both their condition and the pattern of conduct. Goon Lee is a heavily documented terrorist and group stalker who is going to federal prison, and then he's going to be deported. This is another Section 8 recipient, receiving federal housing benefits and engaging in terrorism with the state of California. All right, so I want to make sure that you're aware of that. This is terrorism and a psychopath who's focused on me and wants to look like they're just taking groceries outside of their car into their apartment, which is monitoring me. There's no sun that's going to be seen while I'm showing the above my head inside of my apartment, where I remained all day long yesterday, June 30th. All right, where the entity is concentrating helicopter activity in my apartment. Okay, not over the Chase Bank. Okay, where I'm at, that's where the light source goes. That's where the pattern of conduct is underway, and that's also where the conduct of the engineered light is present. And that's what Goon Lee is demonstrating while I'm stepping out and capturing what is the absence of the sun over my bedroom window. And while I'm at my bedroom window inside of the apartment and I'm aiming my camera over here, you will see the absence of any sun. It is not at this direction as I aim my camera in this direction from my bedroom window. And you are also looking at, while it's over my bedroom window, there's not going to be any sun seen through the windshield, the rear windshield, which is not going to be the reflection of that light source while it's over my head while I'm inside of my apartment. Okay, capturing video. And then also remember on the 29th when I'm coming from the gas station on Glendale Boulevard and the fake sun is over me at Arco. So I captured video inside of my office. Amazon Prime is group stalking, and the light source is over the property, and that's exactly where it remained. And this is fully shown in that video. Okay, so this is all occurring while the entity is engaging in group stalking. Engineer light. Okay, Luis Ramos, he knows he's going to federal prison, him and his girlfriend, Jeanette Balderas, and all the minor children that they are a threat to while they're engaging in this terrorism with the state. They're going to be removed from them. So the entity is engaging in what is keeping a light source over me at this same property. So not only am I showing you the impossibility that that's the sun over my bedroom window, and it's also the non-movement of that which is not the sun while I'm here in the morning. Under all circumstances, it is proof of a fake sun. And you're also looking at the demonic activity in the same parking lot at 9 o'clock in the morning. This is where Universal Waste is crossing path in sunlight, right? That's the engineer light that Goon Lee and Luis Ramos are crossing path with. There's no iteration of the natural environment at 9:03 in the morning, and we are at 3:45 in the afternoon. That's the sun. And there's no light source, nothing other than a light source speaking to criminal conduct of a demonic nature, where it's remaining over the Ovid Family Community Library. All right, so that's where I'm at on this day in 2022. So I want to make sure that you're aware of that, and this is called relevant positioning and audible activity, and their demons monitoring the same. And they all represent communication devices engaging in what is federal group stalking and monitoring. And remember, the entity is maintaining engineered light inside of a laundry room. My shadow was appearing inside of that laundry room, so I want you to see that. This is impossible light activity. You can see me waving. That's not sunlight, okay? Neither is that the sun. That's also how you know what Goon Lee is doing. That's how you know what Luis Ramos is doing. That's how you know what those two non-English speaking third, and they're monitoring. So this is my shadow appearing. This is impossible light activity. Okay, that's not the light activity that's going to occur when you are just walking by, or where a building is underneath supposedly the sun. And also there are multiple shadows. So there's two sections, if you can see that. That is called stalking in the specific environment. Okay, these are demons, and all the demons are going to federal prison. You know that there's impossible light inside of the hallways. I've captured the entity stalking in helicopter, flying over the apartment building, walking right in that same exact manner, and I walk in and my shadow is enlarged in the depths of that hallway. That's the entity engaging in group stalking as well, under a fake sun. And when I capture that again multiple times, that was in the morning. It is also again 3:47. There's no sun that's going to be over the same property where I documented that same exact criminal conduct with LAPD at 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so this is ongoing surrounding with the entity, 24-hour surveillance with minor children. You're going to, and while you're including them in that criminal system, which is terrorism, that Osama bin Laden. Okay, let me be clear. He used to work with children also, teaching them how to engage in terrorism. And this is occurring in the U.S. regularly by the people of the state. That's why you're also prosecuting. It is currently 3:47 p.m. This is P.O.C. This is relevant to what is workplace terrorism, where no sunlight is going to appear underneath a structure, under a light source that's remaining, and somehow light, the shape of that window is appearing inside, creating my shadow. That's not sunlight. And that's also how you know what they are and what they're doing. And these demons engage in this ongoing threat to my life and terrorism and harassment in the workplace. And I'm also going to prosecute speaker companies for that. So what is the P.O.C? Here you go. This is also how you know that they're group stalkers and that they're demons, because my shadow is appearing upright in the wall, on the walls, and this is again engineered light. Okay, there's no sunlight that's appearing in here. It has nothing to do with the sun, and that's also not the sun. Okay, but what I want you to pay attention to is the fact that it's at this property and this is where it stayed. There was no sun. That's speaking to the P.O.C. at Chase Bank, the P.O.C. at the LA Car Wash, the P.O.C. at Arco. Okay, the P.O.C. while I'm driving up and down all the streets. And I want to be clear, those are just the venues where I stopped. The entire state of California is group stalking. Every single location that I don't even have time, nor do I have to set up and document and name all of them. This is going to be the prosecution of the entire state, civilly and criminally. All right. It is currently 3:48 p.m. and you're looking at Rita Vega that's exhibiting what is impunity, and that's directly relevant to how she's going to be prosecuted. P.O.C.